Is that okay?
Very good.
Okay. Gillian McDarby, the IRFU's Head of Performance and Pathways. As we prepare for the start of the TikTok Women's Six Nations, can you just run us through some of the progressions on the high performance front since the turn of the year and the launch of the World Women in Rugby report back in December?
So since the start of the year, there's been a good few changes. We kicked off our first centralised programme within the Women's 15s on the 1st of November 2022. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember the year. And we have 18 players within that system now. And then we also opened up a competition called the Celtic Challenge, which started in January of 2023, and that was between ourselves, Scotland and Wales. So that's a new competition structure, and that provided a development path then to lead into the Six Nations.
In addition to that, there's greater depth now coming through. There's been a lot going on with sevens. Could you maybe just give us a quick update? The seven squad are gearing up for Hong Kong, and just in terms of where they are broadly.
Yeah, so they're currently sitting 5th in the World Series. So if we were to look at qualification for the Olympics tomorrow, they'd have qualified. And the reason being that France are sitting 4th. So they're the host nation and they automatically qualify. So if they maintain their position in Hong Kong, we still have a very strong chance of qualifying for the Olympics this year.
What's the mood in the camp like ahead of the start of the TikTok Women's Six Nations? Obviously a lot of excitement. The squad are in. The coaches are ready as well.
Oh, very excited. I'm very keen and eager to get going. We have our first game kicking off now in Cardiff on Saturday against Wales. The squad all came together there on the 12th of March. The girls over from the UK teams then came into camp. So we have 32 players now in the Six Nations squad, all raring to go and waiting for selection.
And just finally, you touched on the Celtic Challenge. Was that a success overall? We know that a number of players have come through into national fold, but broadly from a performance and pathway point of view, were you happy with it?
Absolutely, yeah. So we've identified 5 new caps. Well, they're within the 32 squad of Six Nations players from the Celtic Challenge, and within the 32 squad 20 players played within that Celtic Challenge as well, so it gave them a huge opportunity to get game time, for the coaches to get access to them, for the coaches then to impart their knowledge onto them. So yeah, it was a huge opportunity for all of us.
Just finally, there's been a number of appointments that are about to be made, and there's been some appointments that have been made as well from a coaching team perspective. Could you maybe just give a quick overview of the people who've arrived into the building and the positions you hope to fill?
Yeah, so since we last spoke, we have a new program manager called Alana Gattinger. So Alana's from Canada. She joined us there in February. We also have Emma Brennan, who's our performance nutritionist. Keane O'Brien is our performance analyst. And then from the coaching side, well, we have our head coach Greg McWilliams. We've our senior coach John McKee. We've our backs coach Niamh Briggs, and then our scrum coach Dennis Fogarty. So we've a very strong team, and all the management are in situ now. And we couldn't forget our bagman Andy Weir, and I must mention Ed Slattery, our S&C, and obviously Roisin, our lead physio, Roisin Murphy.
But there's also some other new appointments that are about to be made provincially as well. Yeah,
so when we last spoke in December, we also discussed that we were looking at setting up new pathways within the provincial structure. So we're in the middle now of interviewing for 8 candidates. So all this week I'll be interviewing for those roles. So we'll be having an athletic performance coach and a talent pathway coach within each province. So 2 resources in each province, and we'll set up within universities within each of the province, looking after players from the age of 16 to 23 and providing them with a coordinated programme in S&C and skills.
Finally, it's a busy period coming up. Obviously, it's an incredibly positive period with back-to-back Grand Slam victories at the weekend. But there's a lot of excitement and a lot to come now from the women's arm of the rugby union as well.
Oh yeah, so we're going to bounce into the Six Nations this weekend in Wales, but after the Six Nations campaign we'll also then be looking at an under-20s 23 pathway where we're looking at some friendly games against the likes of Italy, Scotland and Wales. We're still in negotiations with that, but there was hope there would be a Six Nations festival for that age grade this year. That's not going to happen, but we will look at friendly games ourselves. And then we've also got the Global XV competition, which will be kicking off in October of 2023. So it's exciting times ahead, yeah, for all women's